Hello everybody, my name is Shalini Sharma and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zearn. So my aim for today is to get you to consider the possibility that every single child can learn and love math. And that doesn't happen today. So what's Zearn Math? Zearn Math is a personalized K-5 curriculum that meets the needs of each student every day. The really important word in there that I want you to notice is curriculum. So Zearn Math is a curriculum. That means that states adopt us as a curriculum, districts adopt us as a curriculum, and schools use us as a curriculum to go into the 60 to 90 minutes of curricular time every day. So let's do some math. Everybody please just take a moment to look at this question. I can't see anybody because the lights are so bright in my face, but I'm assuming now that you've taken a moment to look at this question. Nobody shout out the answer. I can't tell if that's the body language. And let's look at this question for a minute. So this was a 4th grade NAEP question that the vast majority of American students got wrong. So let's take a minute and examine the wrong answers that children chose. So 41% of our 4th graders chose 1 whole as the closest fraction to 1/2. The next most commonly chosen answer was 1/6. And I want you to notice that 1 whole is the largest number on the page and 1/6 is the smallest number on the page. Okay, so what is happening here? What's happening is that despite our best efforts to date, we are enumerate. The US population is enumerate, and actually the global population is enumerate. And our hypothesis and our belief and our mission and our work is that we can change this. So how do we change it? Well, if you take 100 years of learning science and the last 20 or 30 years of brain science, there's one conclusion. We teach and learn math wrong. It's that simple. And if you put all that research together and you summarize it, as I would try to summarize to my grandmother, the solution is to help children look at this problem and make an easier problem. Okay, so let's try that. So this is how one child might choose to make this into an easier problem. So now let's take a look at it. This has gone from a lowest common denominator fraction nightmare hell to drawing some pictures. And if you look at these pictures, you can see 2/2 or 1 whole is evidently the wrong answer. And 5/8 comes into clear view as the right answer. So simple, right? Not at all. So this is really, really complicated, and this is a remarkable moment. And this moment is brought to you by teachers. So when a child looks at a problem they can't do, and they can muster the curiosity, perseverance, courage, tools, skills, put it all together and solve a problem, that's remarkable. And teachers need curricular resources that span every single day of instruction, that are not supplemental, that are not once in a while, that span every single day of instruction to support their work to get students to do that. And those curricular materials have to be based on the best science, the science of how we teach math right. And I'd summarize that for you in 4 big ideas. Curricular materials that support struggle and feedback. Curricular materials that allow children to touch and see math. That is often a tool for children to make an easier problem. Curricular materials that support reasoning and sharing. Children synthesize information when they reason and share. That is the moment of synthesis for children. And then there's another really important idea that I want us to all think about in this ed tech adaptive world, which is K-8 math from counting to algebra is cumulative. So while we're off adapting along, we are creating giant holes for children. It is a complete and total fact that K-8 math is cumulative and the standards have been built on it. And so curriculum has to be coherent to support tree trunks for kids. If you look at the highest performing countries, and you look at the difference between those children's understanding and ours, we are a mile wide, inch deep. And in those countries, they actually learn fewer topics, but they actually learn them. So just to underline the tree trunks. So let's look at Zearn Math in a classroom. We're going to peek into a classroom. This is Zearn Math. What's happening? You see students working independently on independent digital lessons, which I'll show you, and that is all the best of what digital can offer. It's adaptive, it's one-to-one, giving students feedback at the precise moment of misconception, and it's small group instruction. And that's the best of what can happen in small group instruction. Teacher and student relationships, concrete materials, paper and pencil work. We actually just need it all for those remarkable moments to occur. And so we built it all. So this is a typical way a teacher would use Zearn Math. They would open with daily whole group fluency and word problems, and we have all the curricular materials for that, independent digital lessons, and small group instruction. Okay, we're going to do a quick tour of these materials. So if a student logs in, you're going to see fun, modern, a dynamic, a feed. You're going to see deep number sense-based curricular materials. So there's fluency materials on grade level fluency, moments where students in interactive videos are learning, not just practicing. We don't have a practice problem with those kinds of scores. We have a learning problem. Paper and pencil work that's integrated in line with research. So students are doing paper and pencil work to transfer their understanding from digital experiences. In the digital experiences, we believe deeply in the concrete to pictorial to abstract framework. And so you see children working with digital manipulatives to deepen their understanding. Teachers log in, they can get reports real time for exactly what students are misunderstanding in the digital lessons, and they have all the print materials for their small group instructional time and their whole group time. I'm beginning to please wrap up. So this is an example of that. Last thing I wanted to share is, so we launched our K-5 curriculum this fall, and students and teachers really like it. We are now at 7% of the K-5 student and teacher market. We're in 150,000 classrooms. We have a freemium model. So of that 7%, 6% are using our free experience and 1% are paying. This coming fall, we'll move to about half of our operations being covered by schools paying for services.